Hello everyone, welcome to the Sister Weekend Yarn Co. YouTube channel. My name is Beth Rosine and I am co-owner of Sister Weekend Yarn Co. with my sister Carrie. We are from the Midwest and we're brand new yarn dyers. We've just been at it for a few months and we are very excited about the yarny journey that we're on. Today I'm coming to you with a very cool, I think, template that you can use if you are planning to knit the Heirloom Quilt cardigan. So the Heirloom Quilt cardigan came out in July 2023. So right now, as I'm creating this video, it is March 2024. So the pattern is less than a year old and it's just absolutely gorgeous. It's something that once I saw it, it keeps coming back into my brain. It keeps making its way back into the cycle of thoughts and knitting ideas. And part of what I love about it are the colors that the designer used. The designer is Katryn Seeburger. I love the colors she used, and I love the way she kind of placed her lights and her darks, and the way that came together in her cardigan. So the cardigan is composed of separate knit blocks that look like quilt blocks. And I just, oh, you guys, it's so pretty. If you haven't seen it, like, come on, what are you doing? Go get the pattern. Shoo, shoo, go get the pattern. Okay, now come back. Excuse me while I take a sip of my coffee. Coffee is very important to me. All right, so back to the Heirloom Quilt cardigan. I desperately wanted to knit one. And we're actually going to, we as in Carrie and I, Sister Weekend Yarn Co., we are going to have a sample knit up by our dear friend Tracy. And coming up with a color placement it made me make this face. Because I just struggle with being able to actually visualize how all the colors will go together. So because I liked Katryn's original design so much, I went over to Canva, which is a super fun platform to play on. You can design all sorts of different things. I mean, think like maybe your wedding invitations. You can design stickers. You can design anything you want, and it's a free program. There is a paid tier, which we do have, but you can do tons and tons with the free version. So I went over to Canva and I made this template, which I will be showing you shortly, and I've had a really fun time playing with how to place my colors, what would look good, all those kinds of things. So I created that for myself, but then realized this is something that maybe other people who are planning this project could use as well. So if that's you, keep watching, and I will show you more about how to actually use the template once you are in Canva. You will have to create a free account if you don't already have one. So just beware of that, but it's a wonderful, super fun program. And if you only ever use it for this one thing, that's fine too. All right, so we'll see you over on Canva. We've made it over to Canva now. So when you first get access to the Heirloom Quilt template, you are going to see this page basically that just shows that I've shared this and that you can make your own copy or use the template for your own design. If you actually kind of hover over the Heirloom Quilt cardigan picture or click on it, you then can see this arrow on the right. So you can see the front of the cardigan. And then I've also included, for those of you who might be a little more into really going from scratch, you can use this coloring page. So I have one for the back and again, one for the front. So in order for you to start using this, you just click down here on the purple bar that says Use Template for New Design. Now here, because I'm in an, pretending to be one of you, I do not have an account. So let's say I want to sign up. I have options to continue with Google or Facebook or email. If you click continue another way, you've got a few other options here. So please create an account with whatever email address you choose, and then you will be able to move forward and start designing. All right, so this is what will open next. If you already have the Canva app, you may get this pop-up that says open this design in Canva app, and you can choose whether to use the actual desktop app or just continue in your browser. I'm going to say no thanks. All right, so now here, because I've kind of created a new account for myself, it's going to kind of walk you through a whole bunch of different things, but I already know that stuff, and I'm going to tell you the important things that you need to know. So we're just going to not worry about that for now. Okay, so you'll see we have here our first page of the template, which is the back of the cardigan. And here is the front again. And here is the coloring page. So from here, if you just wanted to print the coloring page, you could go up here to share, and you could go to download, and then you would want to go here into file type, and you can kind of choose which one you would like. I would probably do a PDF print. It's really not that big of a deal for something like this. Then here, right now, it's going to print all, or excuse me, download all pages. So I would want to click and say, oh, you know what? I don't want to use up all that ink. I just want the coloring page. Click done. And then here, you can choose whether you want which you would like for your printing. And I'm going to click download. So now I will have a copy of that. And you decide what you would like to name it, where you'd like to put it, click save. And then from there, you're able to open that and print it. However, if you are here to play with color, you will want to go back up to the first page. And I'm going to be real honest with you. I noticed as I scrolled by, oopsie, I was playing with another idea and did not get rid of my little gold triangles. So we're just going to boop, 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 take care of that. My apologies. I am not a professional video lady. I am a professional yarn lover. All right, so this layout is pretty much the same color placement as the original design, as closely as I could tell. I really looked as closely as I could at the pictures and creeped all over Katryn's Instagram trying to make sure I was getting it right, because the light tannish color or cream and the light pink in the actual project looks so similar that it's a little bit hard to tell in the photos. But I believe I got it pretty close, and you'll be able to customize this however you would like. So if you, like me, want to keep the kind of the general original lights and darks in the same area, you can leave this as it is and just start changing colors. So I'm going to click here, and up at the top you can see the color box. I'll click that box, and now I have some different options here. So you can use any of these that are pulled from your document. You can use any of these colors down here. There are even some fun little gradient ones. What I like to do though is I like to go in here. Oop, let me pick a color first. Oh dear, not that one. Okay, so what I like to do, and in fact, I think a better way to show this would be for me to bring in a picture of some yarn. So let's say I want to upload a file, like a picture that I have of some yarn that I'm going to use for this sweater. You would go to Upload Files. Okay, so I have chosen a photo from my computer, and now it's over here in my images. This will stay in Canva. It's attached to my Canva account, so if this is something you plan to use over and over, there it is. You also have videos here and audio. So anything that you record, you'll be able to find here in Uploads. So now I'm going to click on my picture. That will bring it in to my design. What I will do now is let's pretend these are my yarn colors. Oh my gosh, aren't they so pretty? Gotta love a rainbow. Okay, so I want to use these colors in this cardigan. So I'm going to go back up here to my square and go to the color box at the top. And now I can go over to the Add a New Color button, and you have all these options of you can move this guy and this one and pick whatever colors you want. You also have the option to click on this little dropper, and you can see in the very, very center of that gold circle, there's a tiny little square. So you're actually picking that tiny little square in the middle. So it's actually like one teeny little block. So you want to try to get exactly the color you're looking for. So if I want to use my pretty yellow, and I'm like, okay, what's a good representation of this color overall? It's kind of a paler yellow. Oh, let's see, maybe like that. And that turned out okay, maybe a little dark, but you get the idea. I can always go back and pick another spot. That might be a little better. I feel like that's a little more representative of that color. So now, because I plan to keep my color placement close to the same as the original design, I'm going to go down to my bottom left over here, and I have the option to change all. So I can change every one of those kind of beigey tan squares to yellow, and I am going to do that. So there you can see all the ones that had all the quilt blocks or quilt squares or knit squares, whatever you want to call them. Any place where there was the tan, now there is yellow. So next I will pick another color. Let's go back. First I need to select the correct square. So let's go now to the star part. Now this is just different shapes that are kind of grouped together. So if you want to, you actually can do a different color for the top than the bottom. So I did leave it so that you can change in these different ways so that you could have a lot more options going on for however creative you want to get. However, I am going to keep it just as one color. So I will click on that deep dark green color, go up to my color box, and this time I'm going to kind of look around and see where, how many kind of spaces that green is in, and then where I already have my yellow, and kind of decide what would look good with that, because it does interact with my yellow quite a bit. So I love a good yellow with a blue. I'm all about the contrast. So let's go back to our little color dropper, and I'm going to pick a blue, and then again I can go change all. So now all of those colored blocks are now blue. Okay, now I'm just going to click through kind of quickly to just give you an idea. Pick maybe one of my orange, change all. And you can see it's starting to take on a whole different feel. But to me, it still looks kind of consistent because the lights and the darks were already kind of placed there for us. Okay, so next we will go to the pink and go back to our dropper. And let's do, let's see what the green looks like. I don't know if I'm going to like that, but we'll find out. Okay, so there we've changed to our green in all the different places. And let's see, now I'm losing track of which ones are mine and which ones are OG. All right, we're going to change this brick red color. We'll maybe go with this light gray over here. Change all. There we go, that changes it quite a bit as well. So now I think perhaps the only one I have left would be the brown. So let's make that Let's go with this red. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. So now from here, maybe you think, okay, wow, I really like parts of this, and parts of this I think are not my style at all, or just I don't really like the way that they look. So here are some different options. So first I'm going to just delete my picture to get that out of the way. Now these squares, you can actually click and move them around. So I kind of feel like this clump here, I don't know, I don't really love the two orange and green together. So maybe I'll just delete this guy. And kind of feel like I'm lacking some of that blue. Let's see, where could I? Maybe I'll steal this one. And then you can actually right click and duplicate, or you can press Command D. So I'm going to duplicate, and then I can pull that one right in here and just play even more once I've got kind of my colors kind of sort of figured out. And now I'm like, oh yeah, I like that, but man, I've really got like a lot of yellow back here. Maybe that's like too much. Let's see, maybe I want some of my orange down here. So I could just choose each different section. So it'll be your top triangles, bottom, sides, and then your internal square. So that can be a bit tedious, but that's why I typically do the change all once I've kind of got things how I like them. So you can continue playing and playing and playing and playing until the cardigan is to your satisfaction. Here, this shows the collar. I didn't put the sleeves on here. Those are just solid colored in the pattern. And so I didn't really include that, but I did put the collar in. So you could go and change the color of the collar if you wanted to, which is actually 3 separate pieces. I think that the collar is a huge piece of kind of what color presents the most strongly. So you might want to play around with that collar color as well. And when you are in this template, these links are clickable. So if you click on Katryn here, you can click here and it will pull you right to Ravelry, to her pattern page. And if you click here on the Sister Weekend Yarn Co., if you're interested in purchasing any of our yarns or seeing what we're up to, you can click right there. And then that's me. Hello, there's Carrie. Hi, Carrie. And this is our website where we have lots of fun, pretty yarn and some fun stickers, if that's something that you're interested in. So that is pretty much everything I wanted to show you. I hope that I have given you the information that you need to start playing with this template for your own heirloom quilt cardigan. And I would love to hear what you think. Thank you so much.